She's a lady, she's a woman, she is love, she is love.
Dr. Mariam Naguja, who is a psychologist, relationship counselor, author, founder of Focus International Women and Youth Network, media personality on NTV and Spark TV, who is going to talk to us this evening about love in action. Kindly put your hands together to welcome Dr. Naguja.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, and anyone in charge. Thank you so much, Rotarians. This is my second time to speak to this club. I last spoke this club, I think 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I don't know, but I have the certificate. I've spoken to a number of Rotary clubs. I think like 30 something. Yeah, because I have all those certificates in my office, so I can count. The one you give me, I always hang it up. And why I'm so passionate about Rotary is I love service. I love sharing what I know, and I love people who are so much in service because I understand the value of service. Why I've not yet joined Rotary, I don't know. Maybe I'm just comfortable that I always come and speak and I go. But it's something I love on the heart. I had 3 conferences today, and 2 of them were paying me actually. But then I had to make a judgment call. Because after my television interview, that was last week, a guy talked to me, someone just from nowhere, who was requesting me to come to this same club. He's called Nsubuga something. So he was telling me, can you come and speak to Muyenga? Then I was like, someone had already requested me for Muyenga. So that's when I took the judgment call that, you know what? You're supposed to really go and deliver. I never wanted to disappoint Florence. So then that's how I came into this place. Mariam Naguja, I'm a counseling psychologist. I'm a life coach. I'm very passionate about human affairs pertaining love matters. My expertise is social affairs. That is where I can look at you, I can tell someone who doesn't love another in only a trick of an eye. That's what I do, and that's where everyone who is confused. If you have someone who doesn't love you and you're asking a lot of questions, just bring 2 people in my face. It doesn't take me even a second to know who is lying with the other, because that's my training. How I do it, I don't know, but that's what we're trained to do. So counseling psychologists, usually we are trained to look into people's minds without words. We talk less, we use the eyes more and your body language. So if I look at each one of you, I can tell who has already disagreed with me, who doesn't believe what I've said, and who, yes, I can tell. That is what, but we don't say. I just conclude, I'm like, now this one, for peace. So basically, that is what I do as a passion and as a calling. I skilled it. My profession was IT. I did IT, by the way, and I'm very good at IT database management, but it wasn't my calling. I pursued the calling because my calling was love, social affairs. I wanted to learn more. And then what made me do this as a life purpose is I looked into life that many of you, agree it or not, all the problems you have come from love. But why people don't even realize that they have these problems is because love plays in the abstract. It doesn't come up front. You see, these are financial problems. I mean, I'm having a divorce. I love the girl. She took my money. I love the guy. He took my money. It is in the abstract. But the point is love. Love being one of the strongest forces in humans, many of us take it for granted because we think it comes naturally. You fall in love, you get out of it. And many of us have not taken the time to study love as a course because you think this is given by God for everyone to enjoy. As in, you fall in love with this one, you fall out of love. Then you pick another one, you fall in love. You marry for love, you fall out of love. You marry for other things, not love. But people never pay attention. But then we conclude in our training that many of the problems people have is out of love. So management of love, understanding how to manage relationships, is the foundation of success. Full stop. If you want to know the value of love and relationships, be a well-trained person, get all the grades, be successful in anything, then somebody comes and messes you in love. Just a heart. When you love them, it will disorganize everything. It doesn't matter. Because why? When we talk about relationships, love, emotions, we don't talk about the mind. The mind and the heart are intertwined. So when we don't manage the heart, the mind also gets affected. So productivity in your workplaces goes down, especially for the employers who don't know that many of your employees don't produce well because of relationships. Money is not a problem. Money can be made, and many people even don't have it. And many can't even manage it. But then when someone is messed up in a relationship, they can't produce. So the best gun you can give anyone is love. For me, I know it. You don't need a gun. Just disorganize someone emotionally, they are finished mentally and physically. So many of us in life take that for granted because we are not trained, especially in these African countries, that emotions play in the abstract. And that's where productivity comes from. And that is the reason for my profession. Straight to the point. Love in action. Love in action has been the theme for this year because each year we get a different theme. Being a love doctor, I'm a doctor of love professionally, not these ones who are just saying love doctor. Love doctor. In fact, many of them are sexual analysts. They're not love doctors. Because love as a course, love as a spiritual element is something very deep. You cannot talk about it until when you get out of it. When I'm talking about it right now, I'm not myself. You have to get out of it to talk about it, then get back into it. That's where many people can't define love because everyone has a different experience. And only the person who can define love is when you get out of it to explain it because it's a spiritual being. So when you talk about love, love as an emotion, love as a feeling, love as a spirit being, it means I don't talk using the head. I talk using the spirit. It's not here. That's why I don't have a presentation. We don't have PowerPoint presentation because each one of you has a different presentation in the head. It's the only course where we don't need to present. You know, everyone has a different experience. PK has a different experience in love. What I'm talking about and what he's talking about may be different, but it's all love. Then Mr. JP, I know. That's why don't ever consult your fellow friends about your marital issues because every home has its own prayer. Love plays differently, basing on who we can never define. It is me to tell you that, you know what, basing on JP and, these are different. It can never be the same. It can never be the same. So we explain it differently. And everybody has a PowerPoint presentation. I know everything I'm going to tell you, you already know it. You're already aware of it. There's nothing new I talk about in love. We just remind you of that which you already know. So in this kind of service I give, I know that when I'm explaining love, people already have their own foundation on how they understand it. So there is nothing much I can change. We just remind you of what you already know. Love in action. Love in action is a philosophy that has been abused for a very long time, especially by the men, using words. Words. Words being a foundation of life, words being a foundation of how to get into somebody's emotions, men use them. I just request for some attention, please. Because I told you when I'm talking, I'm not, it's a spirit thing. Any noise makes me disorganized. So, words being used to define love, many people have misused love using words for many centuries. So love in action is a philosophy to remind you that until when there is an action done in love, it is not love. So I may just pose a question. Who among us here is married? Please. Yes. Okay, who among us is still single? Because I want to know the group I'm going to give the message to. How many are married and how many are single? And the single ones, I want to see the hands of the single ones. Okay. Okay, understood. Okay, understood. Whether married, or single, or searching, or contented, or not interested, love plays the same thing. We need love. The reason why you need love, I will always remind you, is that love is the only place you rest from all this noise of the world. You just go to rest, and you don't rest for so long. Only a few minutes, few hours, then you get back to productivity. Love helps you to renew yourself in the mind. Love helps you to make your heart a bit soft to become a human being. So whether you're married or not married, you need love. Most of the time, the single ones think they don't need love because why do I need love? No one has yet picked or I have not picked someone. But love is a foundation of life. So when we talk about love in action, we mean many people who are single, many people are going to come to you telling you love, 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 love in words. In words. With all the best lines of love. And then you give them even what they require out of love, the benefits, with nothing said. So why do people abuse love? Why is love abused? Because love not being given action, along the way, people get abused. One lies another, one takes somebody's money, one takes somebody's property because they lied in the beginning. So love in action means learn in life to embrace action in love. If somebody does not take initiative to act around the words love, whatever words they use, or no matter how many words they use, you don't believe them, especially the ladies. So the men are good at words, and the ladies are good at listening to words because the love is in the ears. It takes initiative for a woman to stop listening to words and look at the actions of a man. Because many of you who are married, who say they love the wives, if I may ask, many of you don't even act. There is no action. It is just words. Words. So love with words does not make a foundation. Words being part of love, it is good. But when there is lack of action to support the words, it abuses love. Now today is Valentine's Day. It has shocked me the way I've seen how things have been handled in town, and people are not even buying gifts. The people with flowers, I was amazed. I was like, why are people not even buying the flowers? The flowers are there, people are selling them, and the people don't even care. Because here in Africa, people know how to give birth to children, but they don't even have love to get those children. So it means that people just produce and marry, but there is no element of love. And that's the foundation why our society is in disorder. Love is put on the side. Someone wants a family. They don't care. They can't even buy a flower for a wife after being with you for 20 years. After all, I got the children. Finished. Yeah? That is an African setting. So let's restore this action thing in love, because it is the only way where someone you can understand that you're really meaning what you're saying. Me being a person who believes in action, I don't like words. You talk, I don't listen. I don't believe in words. I only believe when somebody has done what they said after. But I never get excited over words. So many of the women, why men get away with it is that men use the words, women like the words, and then they act. So the men get it all. And there is no action. Years run, then if a woman gets tired, they can always fall off the relationship. If they get tired, they can, but then that's not how society should live. So being the fact that love is the foundation of the society and we need it, action in love should be, people should always remember, one, it's gift giving. Gifts, not words. Not words. Because no matter how much words you use, if someone listens to the words and time goes, she realizes that these are just words, they fall off love. It doesn't matter how much words you use. So men use words, women listen to words. And then next, they start relationships on words, not action. Then along the way, someone says, I think he lied to me. Then he says, I think she lied to me. Natomeda. Because of words. Let's learn the value of love. Anyone who doesn't give you a gift, ladies, that is not your love. Just full stop. Close your head. Because men are going to talk. How do you choose among the 20? You choose one, the one who acts. So, no. Don't even go there. Don't even. Because when you talk about love, when we talk about love as an emotion, even men don't need love. Men don't need love. Men don't need love. Love is needed by women mostly. It is women who are in love too much. Men don't need it the way women need it. That's why it is very easy for them to use the words and women buy the words. Because for them, it's another thing they need. So in my book, I explain to you why men are physical beings. Until when women understand that foundation, words will always be sweet in the ears. Until when women understand that words is a man's way of cooking a relationship. And then for you, you have to wait for action. So today's topic is helping you to understand that until when there is action that supports words, that is not love. If it is Valentine's and someone doesn't give you anything, and then it brings words, again, words on Valentine's Day, that is not a foundation of love. We can't believe that. So we may ask, how does somebody show action in love? How do you act in love? We've talked about gifts, gift giving. We've talked about acts of service. If a man cannot have much to give, at least you can support. Have a way you support. Something that can be exchanged for words. Without talking, you don't need to talk a lot. You need to just act. Have a way of compensating service, helping, support, in a way of showing someone that you care about them. Because many of the women are being lied. Because my office receives a lot of information. I'm even tired, by the way. But I'm too busy with lies. As in same words, different people, same words. You know? And I conclude that people were told words and they believe the words. So raise your life in a foundation that if somebody doesn't act, that is not love. Love, like faith, needs action. Okay? Faith without action is dead. Now also love without action is dead. As simple as that. So I don't know whether you people act in your homes. I don't know whether you people act in your relationships. I don't know whether you people take the initiative to give love what it requires. That's the reason why people are in mess. Relationship would have been very easy. Families would have stood. Marriage would have been very easy if people could act in love. Love. But words destroy marriage. Because even when you speak and then you promise and then you don't deliver, only that alone, it gets somebody to what? To mistrust you next time. So as we conclude, how long is the session, sir?
No, you can finish. Huh?
Okay, yeah. Yes, so they're enjoying. So one question that I always ask is, okay, you say love is giving, love is giving. How much should I give and who should I give, and if I give, what do I expect in return? Because yesterday I was in the salon and some guy was saying, if I give a woman my money in the evening, I expect her in my home that same evening, irrespective of who she is. Because if she can take my money, why doesn't she care where I stay? That's what the guy said. Then I was like, wow, people are even impatient to that extent. So when it comes to giving in love, I will always say it again and I always remind you, give that is which in your capacity. Don't give what you're going to demand. Which means many men give a lot, which they can't. Today I was on TikTok, I even laughed. There is someone who received the Range Rover as a Valentine's gift. I was with my girl in the country. I was telling her, okay, you look at this. This chick has received the Range Rover. It had flowers, what? So we're discussing, wow, is this man in love? Which kind of man is doing this? Well, so we're talking. So in my heart I was saying, wow, if this man is giving this car and it's in his capacity to lose, they're better. But if he's giving the car in the capacity of showing off, that he will demand it back when the lady doesn't deliver as expected, then love will get rough. That's where it gets. So you need to understand positions in relationships and what you expect to give. If you're a woman and you're vibing a married man, because I know it's happening among men of the yes, and then you start investing with that man, money, you're in the wrong position. The man is right. The man is right, you're in the wrong position. Meaning that whether he takes your money to the other woman, whether he takes the money for another woman who is not you, you're the one who is in the problem. So understanding your positions and your rewards is the beginning of getting rid of this thing of what should I give, what should I give in action. Because when you don't understand who you are in a relationship, the rewards you expect, you give too much too soon, or you give less, or you don't give at all, or you don't receive at all. So the only solution to understanding what to give and what not to give and what not to receive is to know who you are to this man and to know who you are to this woman. If she's a girlfriend, you love her, but you're a married man. Give her what you feel you would love to lose. And you can never demand. Which means she takes it, don't come back when they married her to demand for your apartment. That's where every mess in love gets. Where people give too much, they give a lot of things, and then they come to demand them when someone has taken them who is in the wrong position. So I gave you 4 types of women. 4 types of women in the dating market. 4 types of women in the love market. And every man who approaches a woman classifies you in those 4 women, if you know. And then they know what to give. That's why many of them don't even give. They know. They give others and they don't give others. They know. Others are going to be paid by words. The payment, the form of payment will be words. I love you so much, you know, Florence, you're the woman who means a lot, long messages. Payment is words. Okay? Then others, payment will be in tangible things, basing on who you are to that person in the mind. So knowing your position as a woman, knowing your position as a man is the foundation of managing love and not losing. Love is very simple. Very simple. Very simple if you understand rewards and position. Because if someone comes to buy a married woman and then you start investing with a married woman who is mad, a mad person, I mean, the other people are building life and then you come and even add them a fortune. It gets crazy. So every time you see that you're having problems in love, there is mismanagement of positions. Roles must match the rewards. Who are you is the first question. Who am I is the first question. Get in love. When you keep that on your head, you'll find that giving is very easy for you. If you're a girlfriend, if you're a wife, if you're a courtesan, if you're a prostitute, each one of them has a different rewards in a man's mind. And now know who you are. Now go back to the rewards. If the rewards are not coming, that's where the mismatch of lies comes from. If you're a man and you're taken, you're a player, you are a honeymooner. There are men who are honeymooners. He says, I love you now. In the next evening, he's like your best friend. By Friday, it's as if you've met for 20 years ago, you know? But then if they get what they want, you never see them again until next time at Rotary. Yeah. Some men are like that. Yes, you meet here. They have that energy. The energy that wins friends quickly, you know? The women come. You know, women know. They are that kind. A man who has a lot of energy, within a minute, by Friday, you're best friends. By next week, he has what he wants. Then he gets lost. Until when you meet back again in Lottery, then you're like, hey, where have you been? That kind of energy. So you must understand which position do you fall in. That's the solution of love. When you understand the position, the roles, the rewards, no one should ever cheat another in love. Because it hurts God also. God gave you the emotion of love for you guys to enjoy, but people are misusing it. Someone is cheating another person's apartment. Another one is taking somebody's money. Another one is taking, all that mismatch comes from not knowing what to give and your position in a relationship. So my question is, if you're a married man and you have a girlfriend, invest that which doesn't pay. But not words, of course. Words, no. Words have ended this Valentine season. No more words. Investment must be something which is tangible, something that someone can lose to remember you. If you're not losing anything to anyone, it means that you won't even remember them. If you're a girlfriend and you're with a guy who is a single man and you're looking towards getting married to that man, maybe you may not need these tangible things so much, but a gesture that you are secure with this man. As simple as that. So where does love get hurt? Where does love get hurt? Because people don't want to pay the cost of love. They want all the benefits of love without exchanging the cost. And that's where love doesn't work. Because love is straight, black or white. There's no cheating. You come, you cheat, it pays you back. That's how it works. So understanding how love operates, understand that it is about giving. That's love in action. Giving. What are you going to give? Never open your mouth as a man to tell a woman, I love you, when you don't have a plan. Never. And even women, just wait for him to open the mouth. Just to say the word, I love you, that word. And then you're launched. You know? Because that's where everything gets hard. Otherwise, everyone would have 7 women, 20. If it was just words. 20, why not? But what stops everything is that the moment you open up your mouth and then you commit to someone that I love you, it means I'm taking over everything from you. I am going to be in your life. Let's start. And why are women being lied to is because now even when these words come, because they are too excited. They are too excited. When women get too excited over love, now they give more to the men. If you don't understand the psychology behind men, which I understood after some time, you don't know how they operate. That when a man says I love you, it means something else. Until when he has what he wants. That's where his love now stops or continues. Now that's where your love now begins. That's where that dilemma comes from. And women say men are liars, and men say women are the truthers. And yet it is very simple. So never open your mouth to someone you're not going to. Invest time, emotions, etc. Two. And never listen to words to someone from a man when you see that it's not a relationship leading anywhere. As simple as that. So why is it that love is difficult to you guys? So that well said, we shall talk about marriage. What gives me the foundation of talk about marriage? Because many of you say now, this lady, what is she talk about? There is a Rotary club I spoke to. It was Rotary of where? It sits at Africana. I'm forgetting. The guy asked a question that, okay, what gives you the confidence to speak to us? Because maybe he thought I'm young. Because my appearance confuses. I take care of my body so much. I run, I eat right, I sleep right, everything. I take care of my physical body and my soul too much. And I know how to trim my age. I can trim my age this year. I can trim my everything is on journal. So I told him, you know what? When it comes to sharing of knowledge, when it comes to teaching, most of the time when people are speaking, I don't speak as me. I speak as I'm sent. It is a mouthpiece, not me speaking. And most of the time, even when I'm on TV interviews, it is not me speaking. I don't know why people don't understand that. Until when the microphone is taken off, then I come back to myself. Because when you talk about love, when you talk about here, I'm talking about God himself. God himself. So when you talk about such a thing, you cannot use your mouth. You cannot talk about my experiences. In fact, when I'm talking about relationships, I don't even talk about my relationship at all. Never. Never. Because I talk as general, not how I understand love. Because if I define my love to your love, it may mismatch. I cannot define my love and relationship based on another person and to tell you that my mind is the best or it is the truth. No. So when it comes to this industry, we give as sent. Whether it hurts me or not, I give as sent. So let's go back to the marriage part. I don't know whether any of you has been married for over 30 years and above. Please put up your hand and we clap for you. Yes, so I've been given an opportunity that my office handles a lot of issues. Many people who come to me to speak to me about their marital issues are 20, 30, 40 years older than me. Then I sit in family meetings to solve problems of 40 years marriage. And it is so amazing that when a marriage, not only a marriage, everything, business, everything, product. When a marriage clocks 10 years, every 10 years of staying with somebody, recheck. Every 10 years, recheck. If recheck the relationship, there's something which is happening. There's either growth or death, one of the two. There's either growth or death. And why don't people check relationship? Why don't people check their relationships after 10 years? Because they're not aware of what I know. What I know. That even if it's a product like this, every time it clocks 10 years, it takes a new change. There is something that happens to this product. It's a nature's law. So when you're married over 30 years, 40, many of people who are in that angle of love take it for granted. You know why? Because they've outgrown. Someone thinks that this is normal. This one I've been with. In fact, we are brothers and sisters. Now what? Now what? They take it, and that is where the point is. That's where the point is. The longer a product stays in the market, the more power it gets. The more power in form of frequency, energy, etc. So the more you stay with someone for a longer time, if you knew that you have to recheck the relationship. That's why many marriages in the age of 30 years, they are divorcing. That's my office now. That's what I'm receiving. Many of them, they're tired. Either the woman or the man has married a younger woman. That's the story. That's the story. Always. That's the story. Why? Because they have taken each other for granted. They have not embraced that love becomes sweeter the more longer you stay with this person. It is like wine. The more longer you stay. Because then you've trusted this person. You know them better. Okay, it is not even a sexual relationship anymore. It's not romantic. It is companionating love. As in your companions now. So companionating love confuses people because there is no excitement. I've grown old. I'm not even looking good, but I'm a companion. You trust me. You'll find me where I told you I am. But then people begin the loop of love again. Marrying a younger woman. Building a life with a young woman. And every time I'm in a meeting with these people, these men, and he tells me, oh, then I got a young woman. I look at him like this. I know the next story. I know what is coming next. Because every time you start a new, it's like starting a new career. Every time you start a new career, you go into learning disabilities. Learning disabilities. You begin a new phase, which is called apprenticeship, which means you must learn how the trade works. If I wake up to become a lawyer, I have to begin again from zero to learn how they move, how they talk, which books to read, which courses. That is a longer time. It's a longer time. So love plays on people's mind because in the first 3 years, you think it is companionship, yet it is actually just romantic affair. You've not even moved to the phase of companionate love. Then when they clock 5 years, wrangles begin. Because now the romantic has phased out. Now the man who married this woman, the young one, out of excitement, now the romantic part is gone. Now there is no companionship. That's when they remember. And then they remarry again. And that's the story. So what I'm trying to tell you is that when you have something which you've taken into your life for a longer time, take time to recheck the relationship after 10 years. When it clocks 10 years like this, sit down and say, okay, now the relationship now is we are in 20. There is a problem there. The moment it clocks 20, it is going to die or it is going to reform, to reinvent. That is the law. Whether it is water, whether it is this bag, whether it's as long as it's a product, 10 years is always the cycle of life. So if you have a relationship which is 10 years lifetime, 20, Mr. JB, if it is 40, reinvent the relationship. Call the wife, sit with her. Now this is not romantic. Romantic, there is no more. That is out. It is now companionship. You sit and you say, oh, thank you for being with me for all this while. Even when you're giving those flowers, it's not even romantic anymore. You're doing it now as a law. Just like how they change this water, the bottle. It is done as a law. It's no longer romantic anymore. So we people who have understood that kind of angle, we take care of things basing on that cycle of life. That every time I spend with someone in a relationship, I have to reinvent after some time. When you don't reinvent it, it dies, it becomes, something is happening. By the time something bursts into a divorce, it has been happening every day. So why do people lose marriages in 20, 30 years? Because they have taken that for granted. Where the wine is getting sweeter, now is when the wine is being dropped to begin a new cycle. And whoever starts a new cycle, you enter into a learning phase. Again, to go back to romantic, go into those phases, it lies you a bit, then the same process again. That's why many of us are in that dilemma. So in love, we should fight that excitement that comes with romantic affairs, where you see a woman and then the butterflies are on. You can't even think. In fact, they make you believe you chose wrongly. They make you believe you chose wrongly. You know what? I think she was supposed to be the one. Had I met you 10 years ago, I mean, she's gone. Okay? You're gone. And then to embrace that when you choose a partner, a lot of better people are going to come into your life. Nature always brings new people every 6 months. It is so funny. Every 6 months, a new woman will come into your face. Better than what you have. Always, nature does that. So you as a human being, you must have a discipline to understand that new friends will come in. Because even notary is recruiting every 6 months. Then before a chick comes here, very curvy, then you're like, ha, now this one. I wish I'd not married. I wish. You know? But even if you wish, she has come late. There's also coming late. Meaning love at a wrong time. You people love at a wrong time happens. Managing love at a wrong time is very important. Because love usually comes late for the men. I have to remind you. Love comes in 50s. Real love, romantic, comes late. That is the law. For us, it comes early. Because God knows. We get off quickly. But then for the men, it always happens. That's why many of them in 50s, 60s, they redefine themselves. Even these ones who are lying, these young men, I love my wife, they're lying. Check them in 50s and see. In 50s, a chick will come and they will change your decision. If you're not managed. Someone comes into your life and they become a problem on your head. And this time love, real love, because now you're stabilized, the mind is, everything is finished. And then she comes at the wrong time. And when she comes in now, you have to go and change everything for her, which is costly. And that's why many men in their 50s become broke. You want to become broke? Marry a younger woman at that age. And you know why you become broke? She doesn't even eat your money. She does not eat your money. Because love is something which can make you broke. It consumes your brain. You stop reasoning. All the faculties of your mind close. Love is a spirit. You are spelled. A man who used to go to meetings in early morning, you feel like sleeping even longer. She's here. Huh? You want to be with her the whole day. You're in meetings and you're on WhatsApp. You have to talk a bit. You're not present mentally. Remember, the brain which made money now has been dissected into love, and at a wrong time, in 50s. So many men lose money in 50s because of love. Love is very sensitive. Be very careful. Love can make you broke, and love can make you rich at the same time. It depends on how you manage it. And even the women, the same thing. You fall in love with a man. He sits on the brain. You can't work. You can't reason. You can't even read a book. It is a spirit. It's a spirit. You just want to talk to him all the time and think the whole day. And then the sun goes down. So then, redefine your relationships. If you've been with someone longer, go back and reinvent. She may not be so beautiful. She may not be, but that's what you chose. Choosing. You chose. You are not drunk. There are no excuses. Yesterday, a lady was in my office saying, the guy duped me, now I'm married. Now I told her, you were you drunk? No. You went ahead in the church and you said, I do. Now what do you talk about? Marriage is the only place where you're given opportunity as free will to take a decision, yes or no. So you cannot say you chose wrongly because you've got what you love now. How would the world be? So you know what? Go back to the man. I don't know, you just go back and work on the thing. Or else you're messing yourself up. Because you cannot wake up in the morning and you say, he duped me, I think he wasn't the one. I mean, and this is the young generation of girls, you know? As in you chose wrongly, but you're not drunk, you know? So you better not choose. In fact, you wait longer. Don't go in marriage and then you say that you're going to come out because you've chosen someone else and you've seen someone better. Somebody better will always come. But they will always come at the wrong time. So not all of us will always jump out because we've seen something better. Even if it means waiting, give it some time until when all those chemicals, all those serotonin, dopamine go down. But don't choose wrongly because of that excitement that comes with love as an emotion. Because they will sideline after some time and then you'll be left with this woman and you look funny. Okay? That's what I have for them. Marriage. So as we conclude, I need to remind you, love in action for the marriage. If you have stayed longer with someone, please be humble enough and tell them. Give them something. to thank them for the time they've been with you, because it's very difficult to keep love for a very long time. Very difficult. I know even at that point where people in 30 years, they think love has disappeared. But as long as somebody is within the house, you have an agreement. Love is still there. You just need to evoke it. For those who are not yet into the relationship and you've not yet chosen, you're still single, you're still searching, and you're still here and there, it does not close you from loving or caring, because love is the only thing you benefit when you give it away. Give it to a pet, give it to a plant, but love must come out of you every day of your life. Give it to a pet, give it to Rotary, come and serve. And say, I love service. And love will find you there, by the way. You serve first, you find love. But don't sit back and say, when I fall in love one time, that's when I'm going to give my love. It may never happen. Love is also practice. You have to practice. It is like when you stop, it stops. So we need just to practice, and as time goes on, you just perfect. Thank you so much. And this is my books, The Ladies Guide, all of them. They are now, the new one is called The Beautiful Woman's Life. I've written a book for beautiful women because basing in the industry, beautiful women go through a lot in relationships. And I have something to tell them. How can a beautiful woman live in life? Beauty doesn't mean physical beauty, no. Beauty is the gem. Beauty is the value. Beauty is what makes you different. Beauty can be your brain. Beauty can be your hips. Beauty can be your color. Beauty can be your money. Beauty can be anything that attracts people to you becomes your beauty. So when someone has something that attracts others and you don't know how to use it most of the time, either people use it for free, they take it for free, you lose it, you abuse it because you don't know the value of what you have. So that is the last book, okay, then the one that is coming out this year. But currently we have Ladies Guide to Fulfilling Relationships and True Happiness. This one talks about men. Whatever I've said is in this book. How to understand a male mindset. I wrote it when men really gave me hard time. I had to go back and take a course. Why would a man really? I'm one person who doesn't like things which mess me up. If it comes to the brain, I want to know. Anything I don't want, I go back and study it. I don't want anyone to tell me something I don't know. If I don't know something, I go back and do research. So love being a course, and I understood that people were in love and they messing up, and even I look at myself and all my colleagues, I was like, let me go back and study love and to understand who are these men. So I found out my research about men and I concluded. And after that, I'm happy with them. I don't quarrel with men anymore. I know who they are, how they think, and why they do what they do. So the next book is Emotional Happiness. Emotional Happiness was written basing on the fact that women are emotional. And I was trying to stabilize your emotions to understand that that is the foundation of your productivity. When a woman is emotionally down, when the home is out of shape, when men mess you up, when you make wrong love decisions, when you make wrong relationship decisions, it can tarnish your life. Many women would be very rich. You would own arcades. You would be very rich if love wasn't in the equation. Love is what makes women broke. Every woman is intelligent. Love. Problem is love. Mess her here. You mess her here. Finished. So emotional happiness was to give you that foundation to understand where the power of a woman comes from and how to manage emotions as a woman to stay productive in life. Then the other one is the journal. The journal is an interactive tool where where you write everything that you're going through in life. Because as psychologists, we believe that the brain and the hands are interrelated. When you write something down, it gets out of your brain, and then you become healthy mentally. So my calling being more of emotional and mental health, we believe that when somebody is mentally aligned and emotionally aligned, they can be productive. The point being productivity. Productivity, because if you're not productive in life, you can't be much. And those are my books. And this one we have, the other ones are now out of the market. They sell like hot cake because I'm good at speaking. My YouTube channel is Mariam, The Ladies Guide. I always upload videos every Friday and every Monday talking about relationships. I will never get tired of that. And that's my calling on earth. I discovered my purpose and I'm doing it. And also on NTV, still I do on Masuzemutia, still a local program where we talk. Now I go in Luganda to explain love. And I'm so impressed that people now understand love in common sense than saying that love is a difficult subject. I just break it down on that local program. Thank you so much. And I wish you a happy Valentine's Day.
Wow. Hello? Yeah, that was a very interesting
Topic that has been really discussed and presented well. But a group, we can go in Q&A. The mic is here.
Okay, no.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Dr. Mariam Naguja, you've wowed me because I'm very soon I'll be 65 and I've seen it all. Yeah, I could be a counselor too, but I think what you mentioned is so true. While women we feel with our emotions, the men are not there. They are feeling with their body. And it is, I just like you to please make a difference. I believe there are different types of love. The love for God, the love for my brother, his sister, and a love for a lover. And then I would really like you to make a difference between love and lust. These men are always lusting after us, and we take it for love. Poor us. I'll give others a minute, otherwise I have questions.
Okay, Fatso.
Thank you very much, Madam, for that very nice talk. But there are two things I want to learn from you. We as men, we end up in situations where that you have three very beautiful ladies around you. Then a fourth one comes around. She also stays with you. And sincerely, you cannot make a definition of who not to be with. Really, what do you call that? And sincerely, you do all what you've said. You give, you what, you do what, you care, and sentimentally, all the actions are positive. That you are in love with those four couples. What does that exactly mean? And when one of them patches off, you really feel so bad that you look for 51. And these are realities. These are facts. Tell me what is the definition of such relationships, because they are truly there.
Thank you, Madam Mariam. I will not build but so, but my question is related to him. For example, if I'm a Hajj, and you know that Hajj, we are supposed to have 4 hakis, isn't it? Can you, or not always, you can have 2 or 1. But from your presentation, you hit men hard that they don't, as if men don't know what they like. But for example, Hajj who had 3 or 4, how have you studied his brain to ensure that he will love all of them equally? Yeah, but do love. And if I am not a Hajj, like me, I go to church and say, till death do us what? Part. For better, worse. And I really show love to my. Why do you judge me that I cannot hear love? I cannot hear love. I think your presentation I find it very difficult to apportion it to the actual realities on the ground.
Let me. Mine. Thank you very much, our distinguished speaker. I would like to have your views about a situation where a lady loves a fellow lady and a man who loves a fellow man. What are your views, please?
Can you have one more?
Members, I think we need to ask for some more minutes. Today is Valentine. You want to stay up too late, eh? Okay. Okay.
Doctor, may I give some more people to ask questions? Or you want to answer and...
Now there are 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Thank you, President. Good evening, fellow Rotarians. Thank you, presenter. Mine is a compliment. Love is individualized. In my profession, for someone to show that you have love, you have to be empathetic. Someone can give you, you said love is action, not words. But these things work together. Someone can give you anything, but when it's not talking to you, it's not communicating, there you're losing it out. Someone can talk to you and is not giving you, that one you're also losing out. Until you get a problem, you can't know who is that person you're staying with. Let it be your brother, your sister, your spouse. You've studied the men, you've studied the human beings, but you've not studied their instinct. I can do it all when you're not part of me. When you're not part of me. What is that you're describing as love? Even for those people who have had both instances. Some people can prophesy, you all can tell. They can be witnesses. They've got it, but they've not communicated to them. They have communicated to them and they've not got it, but they have got both, and they've gone through those hardships and they've noticed who is who. Thank you.
We shall give you a vote of thanks.
Thanks, Doctor. My question is about love and finances. As an investment manager, I've got situations where couples come, married, young marrieds, the ones that have overstayed in marriage, and we invest. Yeah, okay, that have been in marriage for a long time, and we invest on their behalf. So when we invest on their behalf, there's return on investment. Now, some of us are put in a situation whereby when there is return on investment, whether the man can overspend or the lady overspends, then it brings a separation. So we are left in the middle. So what would you advise? If, as an investment manager, what would you advise me? When I'm investing for couples, should I put it down in writing that it is a percentage, Angela is taking a percentage A, the husband is taking a percentage B? So that at a particular time when this man gets a young lady, he takes his percentage. Or because it's a relationship, because when they come to us and we want to bring them, we want to bring the papers out, they're like, no, this is my wife. No, this is my husband. But at the end of it all, as you're managing their assets, or as when the returns come in and then the separation comes, then they bring you in the middle. So who invested what? So what would you advise me as an investment manager? Should I just completely leave out couples? Or I stand on my word and it's papers involved?
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll just answer those for starters. I have another place to attend to. Let me start with the investment manager. Now, you get it from today and onwards. Love and money are two cousins who love each other but also fight all the time. So when it comes to love, I'm going to take this slow. Love as an emotion, when people are making decisions out of love, they are like drunk. Just take it like that. When someone is in love, they are drunk. They are not themselves. A faculty of their mind is making decisions impulsively using feelings. Using feelings. That's why you should never believe anybody who you lend money to when they're in love. That is gone. When you're making an investment, when you're buying an investment, when you're all over each other, feelings, that's not an investment. Because love, like anything else in life which has life, has a gestation period. I can come with my husband when we are in romantic days. In fact, when we had good time at night, he's excited. Then we invest. Okay? But then, along the way, I fall in love with a certain boy, which disorganizes mentally his side. Then he regrets the other decision. Okay? So when it comes to love and investment, give again, the same word I'm saying. Give that which you're willing to lose. When you're investing for a woman, give that money there when you're finished, that you may never get it back. When your love has fallen out. So we don't want stories where people invest and they come back and say, I invested wrongly, give me back my money. It doesn't work like that. Give me back my car, my land. Love is the only place when you give, you've given. Or else, before you get into investment, go back, sleep over it, think, and put a percentage which you're willing to lose. Because love is never dependable. Love as an emotion is not dependable in investment. So now if you're asking, should I lend couples? Should I work with couples? Couples, it is very risky. Let me tell you something, I'm a counseling psychologist. They can even come in office when she fought with the man yesterday. She even reported. Then when they sit in front of me, I don't know what the man tells the woman, she changes. They've wasted my time. Now she starts saying, now you know, he's my husband. Mariam, I choose it. And you know what I do? No couple ever comes into my office. She knows when you've not paid. You first pay. Pay as you're crying. Don't come to me after. Because I knew they will not pay me. Someone comes when they are fought. Now the man touches a woman, I don't know where. Then all of a sudden they have wasted my time. I've waited for them. And then she's saying, Tujabi kwasaganya on my time. So many of them, let me tell you something, Madam Investor, they pay money, they don't even turn up. I have clients who have paid in the diaspora who never turn back for meetings when they paid. And then they turn back after 1 year. Hello, doctor, how are you? Okay, remember me, I'm the one in Denmark. Now let's talk about him. Now it has come back again. So my industry is so interesting, I've learned. Even when you have rentals, be very careful bringing a couple into your house when they have not stabilized themselves. Cohabiting, what, they will leave you with the house. They fight. Then one gets off. Then you know who to demand. Then they take off. Then you're the landlord. Then it's confusing. So love as a foundation, madam, it does not base when you're making decisions. So when you're investing with couples, be very strict. Remember that this is just love. They are going to fall out. You don't know whether he's going to fall in love with another girl or she's going to fight with him and then tomorrow they want back their money. Write a code of conduct. Have in the system where it is clearly duplicated that, you know what, anything that happens between the two of you is minus us. This has been agreed upon over this percentage. No money will be returned, full stop. Which you know they will also fight anytime. Because that is love. I love you now, next week I don't love you. Next week I feel I made a mistake. Next week I feel I'm love. That is how love plays, okay? So never base it when you're giving couples. Don't stop working with them because there is money there. They will fight and they will leave you with the money. Many of them will not even come back. Like what they do to us. They pay, they don't turn back. because they're fighting. But have that clear policy where your couples must know that as you're investing with us, don't involve us in your mess. We are not part of it. This is a business. Full stop. That's how they handle love. Another one asked, when you marry, no, I think she's the one who was going to compliment. How do you balance love and action? Madam who asked that. This one is like general knowledge. In life, nothing is independent of the other. All things work in harmony, and they're intertwined. Words are good, and we can't take them out of the equation, but also with action, okay? So we can't say action without words is good, or words without action is good. It is intertwined, okay? So meaning that if somebody is giving, and they are not even following up with an emotion where you feel they are emotionally present, they are distant, then it is not doing a useful service. Life is about balance, meaning that as you're giving, follow up at some point to make it balanced, that you're not just throwing money, throwing whatever, but you're not turning up as a person, you know? In the dimensions of life management, even the physical appearances matters. People who have not attended this session and they're on Zoom, it is different than people who have been in the room. There is physical energy in exchange. So if you're giving gifts, you're giving what, and then you're not appearing. That's what men do. They send food and it doesn't even appear, meaning that that is food. We don't know who has sent it. There is no emotion to back up the action. So emotions, words and actions must be intertwined. Yes, there's a gentleman who asked about LGBT situation where a lady loves a lady and a fellow man loves a fellow man. Why? With my research, there are many reasons why people go for that. And like we are in a free world. But first of all, some people are born with a mismatch of emotions. Hormones. When it's a man, but inside him is a woman. When she's a woman, but inside her is a man. That can cause that thing of LGBT. Number two is people who go through a lot of sexual experiences. When a man has a lot of women, nice looking women, and is having a lot of sexual relations, he can grow bored with women. Now he wants what they call kinky. It's called kinky. Something which is way out of this world. To try something new. Because that's his life. And then they can cross over to the other department. Because now women, tell me what? Some men don't want to spend on women. They don't want. They do. When you hear a woman, those ones, they talk a lot. Women talk a lot. They talk a lot. I rather love a fellow man because men don't even talk. But when I love her, they complain, they watch, they never satisfy. That's headache. So people do what they do, and everyone has a personal right. I never disagree. Because why? People do as they please, as long as you can pay the cost for what you're going for. So anyone who chooses LGBT, when you feel that that's what you want, that is your choice. Because we are in a world where people have different ideologies, and you can never force anyone to be another. Some people stand for marriage, others want to be single forever, others, everyone has a personal reason why they're doing what they're doing. And I always say, I don't disagree with anyone. They do what they want to do. So there are many reasons, but that I'm not a counselor of these people, and I don't want to go back. I don't want even to mix up myself in my information with them. There's a conference where I was addressing, and a lady poses me a question, and she said, okay, I know you're counseling these people, but you counsel us who, like now I'm with my girlfriend. Then I got shocked a minute. I got shocked a bit, And she was saying that, okay, do you counsel even us? Because that's not my industry. You see, life is beautiful that everyone has their own group. Lottery has its own group. There are even other groups, Lion Club, where. So I don't know what? They are counselors of that. I'm not one of them. You can find that lot. I don't do that. So most of the time, people have their personal reasons why they do what, and they have their choices, and you can never stop them. However, if I don't stand for it, I don't even invest my time. I don't want even to relate. Because many of this thing comes from even influence. When you come near people who do this, they will tell you the advantages of that. And you'll even realize that, okay, yeah, you don't even pay bills. You're with a fellow man. They're not buying what? Women have a lot of money. There is no saloon. People come and give you reasons why they do it. And you're like, oh, really? So In life, you have to protect your mind, and who exposes themselves to you, because they will come with their own dogma. I've gotten many of them who come for counseling, and usually they're in the diaspora, and when I hear this, immediately my mind closes off. I can't tell them that, you know what, I'm not going to work on you, and but inside I'm like, I don't really want to meet you again, because that's not what I stand for. If I stand for that, I would be, but I don't stand for this. So I have nothing much to say. I just took a few studies about them, and I don't disagree with them. However, those are some of the reasons why they do that. So usually it's influence. Yes, the Hajis and the four Hakis, to love them equally. And yes, because men, now ladies, listen. Men and love. In my book, I told you a man's brain has a monobrain tracking system where love is love and sex is sex. And they can actually have sex with women they don't love. Easily. And even you may think they love you. You, the woman. So God blessed a man. God blessed a man. I don't know why. It is the only species which can have S3X with no emotions attached. And he moves away with it. And even leaves you when you're satisfied that you're in love, when he's actually lying. Okay? So when someone has 4 women, they can even be 5, they can even be 6. And he may like Mariam because of the eyes. Then he may like Rita because of the legs. He's just having a full woman in 20 people. Then Rita has a butt. Then the other one, when I want investment planning, I'll go to her. She'll give me ideas. You know, they are very strategic. Every woman has a reason. He knows. If you've married more than one woman, each one of them, and now this is where your answer is. There is a benefit. That's why if one moves away, now the butt has gone. You're looking for the butt. Then like her. Now the one with the butt has gone. Then, if the investment planner moves away, then her. Who is going to give me ideas? Then you have this one who is shallow, who doesn't talk a lot like me, who is a yes woman. You can step on her. She just welcomes you. She doesn't think. Only her husband, when she comes home, okay, you just brush my shoes. Oh, she is a very good woman. I feel home peace. That's another person now. So where women should understand that there is no actual, for men, there's not even beautiful woman and ugly woman. It is the person who fits in the equation. And that's why many of them get shocked when a man loves a woman who even lesser than me. Because there's something he's looking for. He may like a woman who doesn't talk a lot. I talk a lot. Then I say, okay, I can get someone who has few words. She talks less. I'm even wondering what she's thinking. So when it comes to love women, men don't love like us. They love for strategic reasons. Now Haji has 4. Each one of them is serving a purpose differently, and he knows it in the head. He knows this one is for cooking food. I will enjoy the meals. If I feel like eating a good meal, I will go here. Then this one is for party. She has a way her dresses, and then when I take her to my fellow men, they will say, Haji, because now, So since their love is dissected like that, and each one of us has a use. Each one of us has a use. Don't think that you can be all for one man. No, impossible. That you have everything. It can't be. You can be a good cook, but you may not be down to earth. Then may be down to earth, but she's not a good cook. So they want a full woman in 20 people. Now they go here, there, to get a full woman. To get one now, that's a satisfied man. That's where the 4 Hakis say, now get those 4. One will have a butt, another one is hardworking, they will work for others. Then another one will stay home just to welcome you and your relatives, and then she's just there to waste time, because you are now the boss. Then you get another one who you will take to parties, and they say, oh wow, that lady, it looks nice with that couple. You know, that's what satisfies them. And which is not bad, because women are many and men are few in the numbers. That one we agree. However, even Islam knows that if you cannot satisfy these 4 women in equality, if they can't all drive Benzes, then you are cheating. you are cheating. Okay? But what most of them here now, they have two, then one has to suffer to work for others. Okay? One has to work a lot. Now they take her money to fund other. That is a bit wrong. So I think it is what many men need to know, that you can have 4-3 women and each one of them has a use for you. And strategically, you know what you want from them. Now, even you woman, you must know that men cannot find a full woman in you. So when you fall in love with a man and you're all over, he knows in the brain what he wants from you. So it is your problem now. Different types of love. How to define love. Yes, I think I've answered you. What type of relationship is that? Each one of them. even seven, as long as you know what you want from them. So different types of love. There's motherly love, there's love for God, love for nature, love for etc. But my area of coverage is romantic love. Romantic love. So how to define lust and love? Love is the only thing that can only be felt when somebody is not there. You can only feel that you love somebody when they have left you. Most of the time, the people you love, you don't know that you love them, and when they disappear. Why? Because we take it for granted. When people receive love, they take it for granted. They think they can find it anywhere. These are rare things. It is difficult for you to find somebody you love and who loves you back. Those are very rare cases. Very rare. And in life, you may experience it twice. To get somebody you love and they love you back. Those are rare cases. Meaning that 80% of all marriages are all formed on that equation of one loves another, not as much as. That's where the point is. So since it doesn't happen oftenly, and if it has to happen, it happens late. Late. As in you see somebody and you get that spark. But by the time they come, you're either married already, you don't know even where to fit them, it's a mess. And why does love play like that? Because it is the end of life. It is the bliss of life. It is what people get as a payment, a form of payment from the universe to enjoy life. Because if it was easy for us to fall in love with another, to get somebody who loves you equally, then where would the world be? Meaning that many of you, each one is lying another. One of you is loving, another one is lying. That's how it works. And that's where the balance comes. And when you find each other, now listen to this. When you find each other, when you love yourselves the same, I love you, you love me at the same extent. You know what happens next? Is death. You've ended life. That's the end of life. The movie is over. Which means the experience you get between these two people, nothing matters in this world. It doesn't matter whether they are sleeping down. It doesn't matter whether they are eating posho. It doesn't matter whether they have enjoyed life to the fullest. That's why it is very rare. And when it comes in bits, and that is twice. And when you find it, that person will disappear, or that person must be married to another person. There is a mess there. They must be married to another person, or they married, but there's something. There's a force. So love being a force which is eternal, it does not allow that. So many of you accept that you love more, or you're being loved more, or you're loved less. That is where it can balance. The equation of love balance when one of you is loving more, that's when marriage can stand. But when two people in love marry each other when they love the same, marriage can't stay. You'll fight because the force is too much. And that's where we can define. So when you say differentiate between love and lust, lust usually looks at physical, and that's what men have when they've just seen you. When a man sees you in the first case, they don't see you in love, much as they may mention the word love. Their intention usually, and it will always be, is they look at you as something which has come as excitement, because the testosterone in the body senses you as a sexual attraction automatically, what they call love in the beginning. I love you, it is sexual. If you want to understand that it's not even love, just give them a long period and so that they will stay. They will take off. The longer it stays, the longer the testosterone gets bored. Because the testosterone is the hormone that determines the male animal to look at a female and get excited. Then love is after. That's why many women, if you've noticed it, a man can say, I can't believe I love you. When you've moved like for 2 years. And you're like, these 2 years, what were we doing? He's just realizing now that he loves me. Meaning that all those years, it wasn't love on his side. It was lust. Now love comes after, basing on many things. So that is how you can define love and lust. And in my book, I told you, until when a woman understands where a man's love, and again, to get a man's love, there is a hormone called vasopressin. It has to be a man to go through a lot of process to fall in love with a woman. To love you, say that, oh, I love this woman. That is the hormone. But to get that hormone, a male must be challenged so much to believe that he loves a woman. Where a woman, when you give what a male wants quickly, they fall out of love quickly and interest. So he is interested in the beginning, but when you deliver what he wants, he loses interest. That is the hormone behind it. So understand how that hormone works in the male brain. Then you'll understand that they are also lustful naturally. It is it's a natural thing. And I think those are the only questions we have. Thank you so much. The book is 50,000. We have some like 10 copies. If you want the book, one of my girls has it, my secretary, and this young man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Our guest, Bade Group, vote of thanks, and then we also have a gift from Mama Pinto. So let's do the vote of thanks, and then we can go to the next session.
Thank you, President. The vote of thanks is going to be given by Rotarian Edith.
And baby Edith or Rotarian Edith?
Rotarian Edith. I don't know about the
so
baby.
We have babies here. Yes. Are you shy? Come in front, please.
I wanted where everyone that. Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Happy Valentine's Day from Badi Group Chikuba Mutwe. Dr. Mariam, we can't thank you enough. We couldn't have gotten a better guest speaker for such a day. Thank you very much for teaching us all about love. I liked the fact that you can look at these guys and know who is in love and who is not. We have learned that, I hope you'll tell us by the end of the fellowship, you'll tell us who here has love and who doesn't. We've learned a lot about love in action, and it is our hope that we can put into practice what we have learned from you. Some of my key takeaways are that all the problems that this world has come from love. It's not finances, it is, they all rotate around love, or they begin with love. When you have no love, all the other problems come because of that. We have also learned that love is one of the strongest forces in the world. So there are other forces, but love is stronger than them. We've learned that we need to learn the value of love and relationships, because love and relationships is the foundation of all success. It's not career, it's not business, it's not finances. No, love is the beginning. So yes. Anyway, love is the beginning. So when you have love, or when your love and relationships are going well, then it pours into the other aspects of your life, your career, your finances, your business, everything. We've learned that from you. We've also learned that anyone that doesn't give you does not love you. Yes. So clearly, the Rotary Club of Muyenga loves you guys, and that is why the Badi Group of Chikuba Mutwe, that's why Badi Group Chikuba Mutwe has given to you guys. So as Badi Group Chikuba Mutwe, we are like Father Christmas. We come bearing gifts from RCM. Yeah. So we've also learned that love without action is not love. And that is why our theme was love in action, for us to put the love in action. And the actions were, from Dr. Mariam, the actions were acts of service, they were gifting and time and cash. And you guys have really, really learned. Yes, that's why there is cake here, there is wine and all those things. So action, not just words. But we also learned that both the actions and the words have to be intertwined. They have to go together. Don't just talk, but also don't just action or gift. So do both. Yes, that's what we learned from Dr. Mariam. And also we learned that you should never open your mouth to someone who you aren't going to invest money or time or emotions in. Do not open your mouth to someone who you're not going to invest any of those things in, or all of them. And then also, a key lesson is that you should give only what you are willing to lose. And lastly, that we should have a check. For those in long-term relationships, especially marriage, please have a check every 10 years. Dr. Mariam, we have learned that and more, and we can't thank you enough. Our Dr. Love. Thank you.
Yeah, Owechi, JB, please come and hand over this certificate. And Baby Nkute, please also, you can be around. Stand up, please.
Please. Hey, when Mzee is standing, you have to stand up. Thank you very much for the talk you have given us. And this is a certificate to appreciate what you have done. And we have learned a lot. Even an old man like me, I have learned something.
Thank you. I think you've seen a range of what they do. She's my daughter. Yes. That will be for another day. Okay, members, I think next you want to receive a gift from Mama Pinto, and then we cut the cake, and then we close.
And President, allow Rotarian Hanifa to present her gift of the year to her friend as well.
Okay. Okay. On Valentine, eh? Okay, what a coincidence. Yes, you can go first. So let's sit.
Thank you, President. My friend of the year, Rotarian Mix, please come through. Come through.
Abange. Abange.
Mix has been too lost, but he's finally here. And fortunately, I'd already packed his gifts. It's in a red bag. So when he's going home, he might have to remove it from this. Otherwise, it will be difficult for him to explain that it's not a Valentine's gift, but it's a friend of the year gift. Rotarian Mix, thank you for being my friend of the year, and most importantly, for being my buddy in Chisugu Birthday Group. Here is to you, and thank you so much for my gift. I received it.
Thank you, Rotarian Hanifa, for being my friend of the year. I tactfully disappeared because I waited for this moment. I knew it would be a special moment, and given the talk of the day, I leave the rest to you to interpret.
Thank you very much. I think, members, we should shift our gifting day to Valentine's Day, maybe. Okay, members, at this moment. Okay, Mama Pinto. Somebody, yeah, baby could help. Kendeze. Exembeza friend. So Mama Pinto has delivered a cake for us on this special day. Please help and yeah. Thank you. Get it out of the box, please. Thank you very much. Wow. Wow.
I want to say
Our
thank
charter
you,
members,
friends.
please.
All I want to say is thank you. Thank you very much. And I love you. I love you very much. And because it's yeah, it is no. I want to say because it's Valentine's Day, I think I have to show you that I love you by giving you something sweet, at least for tonight. And thank you very much. I just don't know how
Wow.
to thank you.
That is very lovely.
Very much.
So, Mama Pinto, can you remain there and we call? Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, charter presidents, come and cut a cake with her. Charter members, sorry, charter members. You just, yes. Wow.
3, 2, 1. Yay!
She's a lady, she's a Cancer.